Hey guys, what's going on? Hello to everybody that said hi. Cora, Marianne, Melinda. How's everything going? I was trying to stuff my face before this thing went live, and as y'all can see, I was still stuffing my face whenever it started. So I just want to say hi to everybody. And if you can hear me, let me know. If everything looks good, let me know. And we'll get the show on the road here, man. Already downloaded some music for this video. You can see I got about 8 tracks right here, kind of get me started. And I dropped the first clip right here in the timeline. I do got my editor shrunk down quite a bit, so I have room on my screen to see the live in the chat and my editor at the same exact time. So Hat Creek, what's up, Dawn? All right, cool. Thanks, Melinda. We're good. We're good. What's everybody doing today, man? It was raining really bad here in Arkansas, or Fort Smith, where I live, and started right about the time I was getting ready to leave to go down Sweet 16. And I put that off, decided to start editing. And once I decided to do that, I thought I'd just go live. And if you guys are interested in editing and stuff like that, I'll kind of talk about that and what I'm doing and how I do it. And let me know too, I might have to adjust my sound settings on my computer. Let me know if you guys can hear the sound in the editing. In other words, this clip right here, I'm gonna go ahead and play it. Tell me if y'all can hear it. I'm here at Sweet 16, and I got some work to do on that tiny house. You guys already know, man. Took a little break, done a few other things, but I'm back. All right. Let me know if you guys could hear that. If not, I'll try to fix it, or I'll just leave it, whatever. It'd probably be better if y'all could hear it. That way, when I'm adding music and stuff like that, you guys kind of see how I do that and what that's all about. Guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm here at Sweet 16. Okay, definitely good. Take this out. This is my pause here. You can barely hear it. Okay. So you can hear a little bit. Okay. Not sure about that. Why that's not coming through. 16, and I got some work to do on that tiny house. You guys already know, man. Took a little break, done a few other things, but I'm back. That tiny house didn't go anywhere. It's still there exactly how I left it. You know what I'm saying? But I got work to do, man. Got some OSB in the back of the truck. My goal today is to get up there on that loft, try to get that fully enclosed, get some house wrap on that today. Don't know if I'll get it all done, but that is the goal, man. And I'm telling you what, today is absolutely Go Jess Live. What's going on? Hey Jesse. Hey Rebecca. How are you? Saying. All right. That part kind of sucked. Did y'all hear that? Like, I mean, could y'all kind of hear any better? Let me turn up the loudness. Paying my respects to the guru. You're the guru, man. All right. Let me turn this up. See if y'all can hear this better. Let me know if you can hear this better. Beautiful outside. Could not have picked a better day to come down here and work on the tiny house, man. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready to rock and roll. So let's freaking rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? All right. I don't really like that part. I'm ready to rock and roll.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm.
Okay. It might just be StreamYard might be having a hard time processing it. Final Cut Pro is a big program, and to try to take all the information simultaneously and put it into StreamYard, it might be dropping audio a little bit. So I don't know if I can fix that or not. Okay. But I'll see if I can get it.
And I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready to rock and roll. So let's freaking rock and roll.
There we go. I'm going to keep that. This is just like the opening clip. Okay, we're going to get rid of that and then put this together, see how it sounds.
But I'm ready to work on the tiny house, man. And I don't know about y'all. And I don't know about y'all. And I don't know about y'all.
There we go. You get that right there.
On the tiny house, man. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready to rock and roll. So let's freaking rock and roll.
Boom. Okay, so that's kind of the opening, and you guys can see right here, I'm circling that. It's 44 seconds long. So that's about where I'm usually at, or try to be on my opening statement. Is definitely under a minute. I try to keep it pretty short before I start working. So I'm just going to go ahead and replay this and see how I like it, see if there's any more changes, and then I'll get on with the next scene.
Guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm here at Sweet 16, and I got some work to do on that tiny house. You guys already know, man. Took a little break, done a few other things, but I'm back. That tiny house didn't go anywhere. It's still there exactly how I left it. You know what I'm saying? But I got work to do, man. Got some OSB in the back of the truck. My goal today is to get up there on that loft, try to get that fully enclosed, get some house wrap on that today. Don't know if I'll get it all done, but that is the goal, man. And I'm telling you what, today is absolutely beautiful outside. Could not have picked a better day to come down here and work on the tiny house, man. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready to rock and roll. Man, and I don't know about y'all.
I'm going to make a little correction right here.
And I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready to rock and roll. So let's freaking rock and roll.
Boom. Okay. So this is where music would come in, at least on the way I do it. Y'all know what I'm saying? So I got a song here that I liked. I'm going to listen to these. Don't know if y'all can hear these or not. Hey Rob, so what's everybody doing today? Like, leave me a comment. What are y'all up to? It's Friday. Is everybody working, off, retired, being lazy? DaVinci Resolve as my editor. That's a good program, man. DaVinci's awesome. But I've never used it. Okay, so I'm gonna bring music in right here, and then I'm gonna get on with the next clip. This was a bunch of B-roll that I shot, just to kind of have it to throw in here and there. I usually always shoot a bunch of B-roll pertaining to the video. Okay.
I come down here and worked a little bit yesterday. Just putting a final.
Okay. You guys can see right here, that's one of my skylights. I'm doing a final waterproofing on that. I've got about 3 or 4 layers of waterproofing on it right now. Um, Underneath the metal that you see on the roof, there's another piece of metal flashing that goes all the way around that, and then that has roofing cement around that, looking all sloppy and stuff. And then the roof that you see there goes over the top of that. We got that flashed, and I also flashed the foam board whenever I installed that to it. So this is the final, uh, just in case, waterproofing before I call it finished. And then I do have to check for leaks. It would have been good to be down there a little bit today, just checking for leaks, but I wasn't there. So I'll have to do that next time. I'll have to do that next time. I don't know if y'all can hear me say that or not.
Roll.
PSV Odyssey, howdy, howdy, howdy. Tish, howdy, how you doing? I'm just editing and hanging out with you guys, man. If y'all got any questions or anything for me, just drop me a comment and we can just talk about whatever.
So let's freaking rock and roll.
Okay.
Freaking rock and roll.
Can y'all hear that music whenever it's playing? Devil Dog, what's up? Thanks for coming on, man. Editing and just hanging out. I didn't notice any leaks the last couple times I've been down there. I've been checking on it every time, and but I just want to make sure because once I take the scaffolding down, it's going to be super super hard to get up there and do the stuff that I can do with the scaffolding on there. And that ladder you guys can see right here, the ladder that I got going up on the roof, and it comes down and hits the scaffolding. I got a board sitting there, so it's all nice and safe. It's real easy for me to climb up and down. And yeah, I'm just trying to really make sure that before I take the scaffolding down, I got like 100% done with anything that I'm doing up top. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to getting it down and moving on. Start working off the ground and get all this high stuff done. So that's kind of what I'm focusing on right now is all the high stuff. And this was kind of just getting this skylight, both skylights actually. I haven't made it around to the other side yet on the video, but getting those waterproofed and all watertight and everything was kind of a priority. I went down the other day and I didn't have my cameras or anything. I took a bunch of measurements for materials and had some other errands to run down there. And it was such a nice day. I'd been kind of waiting for like a real nice sunshiny day to do this stuff. And I went ahead and taped it off and put the paper and stuff on there and put a couple coats on there, waterproofer. And this was actually the next day. So I basically, before I took the paper off, I'm just putting another coat on. And that's pretty much why you guys didn't see me taping it and putting the paper and everything. Hey Maggie Mills, how are you? The waterfall done yet? That's a great question. You'll have to just keep watching and find out. Uh, Jesse, go Jess Life. You know what I'm saying? Actually, Maggie, I am going to be coming out with another video about the waterfall. So don't want to spill all the beans right now, but just be looking out for it. It's not too far away. This specific skylight right here, this was the first one that I did. If you guys have watched the channel long enough, you know I got that at basically what's it called, Habitat for Humanity. Bought it for 30 bucks, but it was missing the flashing that goes around the top. There's like a metal piece that kind of goes right on the top side. That was not with it, so I kind of just had to figure out all of that on my own to make it work. Flashed it, uh, flashed it my own way, I guess. I'm just going to kind of run through this real quick because this is pretty insignificant to the part of the day, I guess. Thanks, Maggie. Yeah, the finished video is going to be awesome. I appreciate you watching that. PSV Odyssey, hello, hello. You can hear it. Rob said he can hear it. Awesome. Okay. This tiny house, man, I was getting slapped in the face all day long with these branches. If y'all remember, for those of y'all that have been watching the build from the beginning, man, I had to trim these trees a lot whenever I was building the scaffolding because branches were just all over the place. It's just the tiny house just surrounded by trees, basically. And as you can see, these right here, I got to start trimming again because they're right here. I don't know if y'all can see right there, but I was just getting hammered all day long yesterday in the face with limbs and whatnot. I'm trying to keep them as much as I can, just because I know when I take the scaffolding down and stuff like that, it's going to look really pretty having that uh, kind of surrounded by the trees, you know. So I'm keeping as much of them as I can. All right, this is me. I'm back around on the other side now, working on the curb for the other skylight and finishing getting that kind of watertight, which I think it's already pretty much, it was already watertight, but I'm just pretty much overdoing it to make myself feel better. This is the new skylight that I bought because I decided we like the one that I put in, the $30 one, so much that we did decide to buy a new one for the other side. And I just kind of mirrored the other side. But this one installed differently. I had to build a curb for this one, and it's a way easier install. It's they're made now. The way this one installed, it's virtually, you know, watertight because of how they make it to how you install it on a curb and stuff. So they're like super easy to install. I say that I've installed a bunch of them. They're pretty simple. And if I get this video done today, I'm probably gonna post it today. So y'all kind of get to see that later on if y'all want to watch it. If I get it done in time, I will.
I come down here and work a little bit yesterday.
Okay.
Just putting a final.
This is basically me explaining what I just explained to you guys. Let me turn this audio down because I'm going to be coming in talking. So basically, I just keyframe this and drop my audio down and let it kind of fade out. I don't know if y'all could see what I did right there.
I come down here. I come down here and work. I come down here and work a little bit.
Turn this up just a little bit. Turn that down just a little bit.
I come down here and worked a little bit yesterday. Just putting a final flashing on the skylights. Got the flex seal. As you guys already know, they're already flashed like 4 times. This is just like the very last thing I'm doing, just to make sure anything's, just to make.
No, the skylights are fixed. They are fixed. You cannot open them at all.
Just to make sure anything's, just to make. I'm doing, just to make. Very last thing I'm doing, just to make sure like any tiny little thing is completely closed up. But if you remember, underneath the roofing flashing,
I might not leave this part in if I over explain. Sometimes I'll take some of it out.
Closed up. But if you remember, underneath the roofing flashing is more roofing metal that actually acts as a flasher. That's all stuck on with roof tar cement, if you remember. And underneath that flashing is more roofing metal that acts.
Okay.
Roof tar cement, if you remember. And underneath that, we've got the foam board. That's flashed with waterproof flashing tape and a little bit of roofing cement, stuff like that. So we got about 3 or 4 flashings on these skylights, and I think they're going to be just fine. But next time I'm down here and it's raining, we'll go in the tiny house and we'll definitely check for leaks just to make sure. But yeah, did a little work yesterday. We need to bring the cameras, man. I wanted to come down here, get a material list for a bunch of stuff, and had some other errands to run well, and had a list for a bunch of stuff, and had some other errands to run well, and had some other errands to run while I was down here, and it was a real sunshiny. Material list for a bunch of stuff.
All right, so I'm just cutting this little part out right here. See how this sounds.
For a bunch of stuff, and had some other errands to run while I was down here, and it was a real sunshiny day. So right over there on the skylight, I decided to tape all that off and spray it down real good. It needs. So yesterday,
I mess up all the time.
Yesterday, I did decide to kind of waterproof that.
Oh my gosh, this is embarrassing. Thanks, Jesse. Smash it.
They got super dirty the other day whenever I was filming a very.
Oh yeah, that's me talking about my camera. Okay.
Material list for a bunch of stuff, and had some other errands to run while I was down here, and it was a real sunshiny day. So right over there on the skylight, I decided to tape all that off and spray it down real good. It needs.
Okay. This is kind of where I messed up. I will tell y'all, like, whenever I'm shooting video, I'm constantly thinking about the edit. So if I'm doing like a talking sequence, holding the camera here, like saying my thing, if I lose my train of thought or mess up on my words, fumble around, stumble around, usually what I do is just take a pause and then I repeat the same thing. And so that's what you're seeing right now in my timeline is just me kind of redoing little parts, and I'll cut that out and then make it put stuff together to make it make the most sense, tell the story the best way that I can without too much junk. You know what I mean?
Real good. It need so yesterday. So yes,
And I already said all this stuff. That was basically me just being frustrated and just doing the whole thing all over again. So I'm going to try to figure out where I can pick up.
and now today it's dry, so I figured I'd just put one more. Right over there on the skylight, I decided to tape all that off and spray it down real good. And now today it's dry, so I figured I'd just put one more coat on there before I peel all the tape off and everything like that. But time's a wasting, and I almost forgot to tell you, my camera is super dirty. So is my tripod, man. They got muddy the other day whenever I was filming a very special covert mission. They got super dirty the other day whenever I was. They got tape off and everything like that. But it's super dirty.
Get rid of that part. See how this sounds.
It's super dirty. They got super dirty the other
That's
day
good.
whenever I was filming a very special video that I can't tell y'all nothing about. But hopefully you'll see it one day. It's gonna be freaking awesome, man. But they got super muddy. Okay, I was playing in the mud. That's all I'm gonna say. And I gotta clean this camera because it is driving me crazy. And I need to clean this tripod too because there's just dirt and dust and dried up mud and everything all over it. So just sit tight. Let's clean the camera, and then I'm gonna get to work.
Okay. Tish said editing is definitely not my gift, Jess. I believe it's my ADD, ADHD. Yeah, I mean, editing's definitely not a gift, Tish. I mean, you definitely have to learn it. It's like learning a trade. You know what I mean? It's just hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of going to work and learning it, learning what everything does, learning how to shoot better. The better you shoot, the easier it is to edit. The more intentional your shots are. They call that a shot list. You know, if you have very specific shots in order, chronological order, and only shoot the exact things you need to tell your story in the edit, it makes you be more efficient. And so that's what I try to do. But it takes a long time, man. I've been editing for a long time, Tish, and it just takes a lot of practice. Tish, do you edit your videos, and uh, does Mike edit his, or is there like just one of y'all that edit, or how do y'all do it?
Let's clean the camera, and then I'm gonna get to work.
Okay.
So just sit tight. Let me clean the camera, and then I'm gonna.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so camera was super muddy and my tripod. And so this is just kind of like a little segment where I'm working on that a little bit. And I used my phone for some shots because I needed to film my camera so that y'all could see how muddy it was. And I just used my phone for that. I did have my other big camera. I didn't get it out. I figured I'd just use my phone, and I think it turned out all right. But I need to find that phone footage. I believe I've already imported that. It's probably down at the bottom. Oh, no, I haven't imported that yet. Okay, so I've got my phone footage in a folder. I need to pull that up. Okay, I need to bring this over into my other clips. I had I was getting all this stuff ready earlier, and I had some problems with my phone footage, and iPhone updated, and they started saving clips in a different format that my program wasn't recognizing. And whenever I was trying to import it over, they were turning out just to be black and no footage. So I had to go online and figure all that out, but I got it and learned something new today for sure. How to fix it, basically. Hopefully, it's going to work. So yeah, right here, I'm talking about my camera being muddy and let's clean it and then let's get to work. So
Mud and everything all over it.
um,
So just sit tight.
the next clips that I show is needs to show the the camera, and how dirty it is. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now, setting that up. But I'm still not seeing the clips. So I might have to go try to do this a different way. Oh no, here they are. Okay, it worked. Okay, so all of these clips, if you can see my mouse, all these are from my phone. Look at my camera. Holy cow. Phone's ringing. Okay, so check this out. Look at this dirt. I also need to bring some music in too. And like, so cleaning my camera is not going to really be like a long drawn out sequence. I've got a lot of clips of it, but it's definitely going to be cut short. I'm not going to spend a lot of time showing all this stuff. So I am going to try to use like a fast paced song for this segment, if that makes sense. Okay. I always pick the music as I'm editing because, I edit in sequences, um, or you call it like a segment or whatever. Like this would be cleaning the camera segment. And so as I'm editing and I'm getting the feel for the video itself, I'll pick a song that fits that segment as good as I possibly can, anyways. That's kind of my thought process behind it. And when I set my audio, I don't know if y'all can see like right here where my cursor is in between the two clips, but if you notice my music starts on the last clip right at the very end. It makes a little bit of difference.
And then I'm gonna get to work.
Okay. Get rid of some of that. Go back up to these clips and get the next clip in line. A lot of clips. Hey, rambling with the Brums. What's up, brother? I was on your video last night on the live talking about the Alaska trip, man. I would love to go on that trip. I've been to Alaska before and it was friggin' awesome. I've always wanted to go back. All right. Check out that camera. I was about to die. That thing got so dirty. I was like, no. I know y'all's curious now as to what kind of video I'm making that I get my camera so dirty. You know what I'm saying? You guys are seeing the behind the scenes, man. Boom. All right, that kind of needs to be sped up here too. Oops, probably not that much, but we'll see. No, it needs to slow way down. Okay. Yeah, I definitely want to know more about the Alaska trip. Like I was just catching the live. I never even heard about the trip or nothing like that. And I'm like, wait, what? Huh? What? You know, count me in. I'm trying to listen and get information and stuff like that. So if no, I've never Jesse. I would like more information about the Alaska trip for sure. I would like all the information. So if y'all could send that to me, send me an email or something, I would definitely like to hear more information about going on that. And from what I gathered, it's a cruise. Am I right about that? Okay, I don't need any of this right here. So that's out. And I'm probably going to use some of this where I was coming around the corner with it like that. Put that here and we'll just see how that looks. That's going to have to speed up. Okay, so I'll show y'all what I got going here. Speed this clip up. And then this one will be normal. Okay, when it gets right to there, can y'all see the reflection of my phone in the camera lens right there? Okay, I know you can. Now I'm going to go find the clip because I actually did turn my camera on during that time just so that I could combine multiple clips together and make this a little bit cooler. But let me go find it. Cue the Jeopardy music while I'm looking. It's got to be up here at the top. Yeah. Okay. Oh, no, that's not it. That's not it. Oh my gosh. Maybe that didn't work out. No, here it is. Okay. Boom. Drag that down. And then I'll put these together. Y'all can see kind of how it turned out. It might suck. I don't really know. But I'm trying. Okay. So this is basically, you guys kind of get the idea. So I shot this with two different cameras, my phone and the dirty camera. And this is kind of what you end up with. I need to bring that in when it's more closer to being in focus. and probably more like that. All right, see you, Tish. Yeah, I'm on Facebook. Idea Factory. Hey, thanks for being here. Yeah, sorry it wouldn't load. Um, just editing, man. Just editing and talking about editing and shooting video. Okay, just a little bit of that. Take the rest of that out, and then come in kind of about there. Okay, this clip sucks. Okay, good. I did it twice. There we go. All right. That's all I need there. And now I'm basically going to get over here. Sorry, I hit my mic. Get over here to where I'm uh, cleaning it. That's the next thing. Had to break out the first aid kit for my camera. Y'all see that? That's the first aid kit right there. I was actually thinking it would have like some good stuff in it for like cleaning it. Like I was really looking for some Q-tips, but there wasn't any Q-tips in it. Okay. That clip sucks. Okay, that's pretty much the clip I want. I would love to go to Alaska. I mean, when I went there before, like, I wasn't even doing video or nothing like that. And it's doing photography. I got a lot of good photos, but this was kind of before I really started taking video serious. And it was just awesome. I would love to go there and shoot video the whole time and photography. If there's anything you guys want to talk about, just let me know. I can talk about whatever. That clip's a little bit too long. I'll show y'all kind of where I make my cut. On this clip right here, you can see me throwing in the adult wipes and the first aid kit. And if you notice, there's a little bit of space after the audio for throwing down the first aid kit, which is right there. I'm going to cut it right after that. I'm not going to leave that little half a second. I'm just going to take that out. So you end up with this. Okay, 7-day cruise, August 24th through the 31st. That's a really good time to go. Whenever I went in June, and it was awesome in June too during whale season. Yeah, we took a whale watching excursion in Juneau, Alaska. and I got some epic photos of some humpback whales, and it was a lot of fun. It really was. That'll be a good time. Okay. This is super boring right here, so I'm just going to speed this up big time. I sped that up 20 times and it's still 15 seconds long. That's how long it took me to clean this dude. Okay. Cut that right there. Okay, now this clip right here, it's one I'm speeding up times 20. It's still 12 seconds long. That's way, way, way too long. So I'm either going to cut part of this out or I'm going to speed it up like 4 times as fast. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn that to an 8, and that's a lot shorter clip. That gives us a clip of 3 seconds, which is about as long as I really want to go on something like this. I try not to make like clips like this, just kind of so y'all can get inside my head a little bit. Clips like this are really insignificant. I mean, like just me cleaning the tripod and stuff, like people get what you're doing. You know, they know you're cleaning the tripod. Like you don't have to spend a lot of time on it for your story. And so I'll either just show a couple little clips of it, 1 2 second long clips, and that's it, or I'll speed it up really, really fast. And as you guys can tell, like, just let me click on this again and watch this specific clip. It's 3 seconds long, and to me, it's almost too long. Yeah. See, to me, that went just a little bit too long. So I'm going to speed that up a little bit more. You don't want to overdo it on, or at least I don't. I'm turning that to 9,000, and that's now a 2 second clip instead of a 3. I like that better, but I'm not going to start all the way down at the bottom of the leg. I'm just pretty much, basically this clip is just showing how the tripod's clean. Okay, that's probably too long there too. I I pretty much have like a 3 second rule, unless it's a talking part. Um, if it's anything else, pretty much is 3 seconds. 7 seconds is pretty much the longest I'll let a clip be for, unless it's just something I'm doing on purpose, um, and it'll override, the 7 second rule. But if I'm just doing like my normal editing, I usually try to stick to around 3 seconds or less, and 7 seconds at the max, depending on what it is. Sometimes they have to be longer, but stuff like this does not have to be longer. So I don't let it be longer. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this clip and just use this one with the kind of showing the pistol grip. Find the best spot. That's probably the best spot right there. I'm pretty shaky on this, on that clip. That's good. 7-day crew. Okay, there's nothing new on this. Checking the chat for a second. How many people are going or have committed to going on that trip? Does anybody know? Okay, now I got to get to the clips where I use my phone and film myself cleaning my camera. So now I got to go find those real quick. Okay, here they are. Definitely not as good a quality on my phone, that's for sure, but it's not too bad. The color's kind of off for a second. I'm gonna come in about, I don't know if y'all can see, but like the color right there doesn't look the same as the color right there. So I'm gonna get rid of that first part. Okay. That's all I need for that. Okay. People's about 60 with about 10 more rooms waiting to save a good deposit. Okay, so there's only 10 more cabins left as far as availability for the cruise in general, or how's that working? What cruise line is it? Just curious. Okay. Get rid of some of that at the end and move on to the next clip, which is right here. I just kind of change the angles on my phone. Move my phone around a little bit while I was cleaning it, because I was actually probably spent about 30 minutes cleaning this camera. Okay. Maybe right there. Get rid of that clip. Norwegian Cruise Line. I'm assuming that's what NCL is, right? 75 to 100 cabins, 4,000 passenger ship, and there's plenty of rooms available to be filled. Okay. All right, cool. And that's in 2025, right? Yeah, you guys, I'll sit here and have all kinds of questions. So I guess just send me the email, or just send me something I can look at or whatever. You can just hit me up on Facebook or my email on the Tradition email, or sorry, Tree Haven email. Okay. Okay, that's enough of that. This is a part where I cleaned out on the inside of my camera, cleaning the mirror. Yeah, you can't hardly see it because I got my hand in the way. This is kind of boring. Okay, so that's the sequence for cleaning the camera. That's pretty much it, I believe. And I think it goes back to a talking part. Let me try to find that. And we spent the night in the tiny camper the other night over the weekend. Hang on a second. And there was all kinds of ants in that dude. And so I had to go buy. You guys, that reminded me. See that can right there? That's like the ant spray, spiders, and everything else that I ran and bought at Dollar General. They were getting it all in. I mean, there's, it's pop up, so it's easy for crap to get in there. Okay, I think this is the talking part.
All right, guys, got the camera and the tripod.
Okay, yeah. Get rid of this part. Got to turn the music down. So I keyframe that. Start dropping that.
All right, guys, got the camera and the tripod cleaned up real good. I feel way better about myself. So let's go ahead and roll that rock and roll music, guys, and let's get busy.
Boom. All right. I'm already rolling the rock and roll music. I would love to talk about something. If anybody has anything y'all want to talk about, just let me know. If not, man, I just get like, super hyper focused on doing this, going through my clips, trying to think of everything. And I ain't trying to be boring. I'm just editing. You know what I'm saying? Trying to do my thing. Normally, I don't talk while I'm editing. I just get completely focused on it, and everybody leaves me alone. So it's kind of different for me trying to do this and edit at the same time and keep a conversation going. So if y'all got anything y'all want to talk about, I can talk about anything y'all want. I can go all night long if we have to.
Let's get busy.
Okay. Okay, we still got 8 people in here. I've never been on Norwegian Cruise Line before, but a little bit of info for y'all. I'm part Norwegian, so that should go just fine. I'm sure they'll be super excited to see me on the ship. That's why I do like the Viking fire pit and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if y'all knew that already or not, but I don't know if I've ever talked about that on video. Maybe I have a long time ago. But my great grandparents immigrated here from Norway. And so I've always wanted to go to Norway and go on tour, just go see everything. And I gravitate towards Norwegian stuff and Viking stuff. And I just kind of like all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? So be super fun. When I went to Alaska, we were on a Carnival. Okay. So what I've done here, whenever I shot this, was you guys can see in this clip here, I'm picking up some boards. Let me extend this out a little bit. Picking up some boards and just kind of walking over here to put them up, right? So this is where I split a scene, move the camera and stuff like that. So you can kind of see how this comes together. A lot of camera moving going on all the time. Okay, so about right there. So basically how this works whenever I'm shooting is I usually always move the camera on some kind of action or some kind of movement. So um, I'm moving the boards over to the trailer. I'll set the boards down, go get the camera, move the camera around to a different angle to finish this shot sequence. And this is how it turns out. And there you have it. And then you kind of see a little break in the music right there. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this right at that break, and then we're gonna come in with the next scene or the next clip or whatever. Let's see. Let's make sure I didn't miss something. Oh yeah, okay. The same clip had me moving these chairs out of my way. Boom. I got a couple lawn chairs right there. So I'm basically what I'm doing here is I'm just cleaning up my little area around the table because I got to get my OSB out of the truck, put it on the table, and that's going to be kind of my cutting spot and everything like that for trying to get the loft uh, sheathing put up. So those are my lawn chairs. Just show a little bit, not showing the whole thing. And move the camera after that. I've just set them down in the tiny house, and the next shot's just kind of me setting them down and walking out. Did anybody see on my community post I did today that I'm going to Muskogee tomorrow to go look at something for the Sweet 16, possibly buy? And I asked if anybody knew of anywhere good to eat in Muskogee. So I thought that'd be kind of cool. Maybe someone had some ideas for like some cool spots to eat or whatever. So if anybody knows some cool spots to eat around Muskogee, let me know. Or jump on the community tab and leave me a comment. And then tomorrow I'll figure out where we're gonna go eat. Someone already left me a message. Y'all know heard that exclamation point. Randy or Julie left me a message and they had a spot they ate at. And so if no one else leaves me any kinds of comments on there, that's probably where I'm gonna go. You know what I'm saying? They said it's all right. All right, so I got this old T111 sitting here. I'm just kind of cleaning this up, getting rid of crap. All right. I might extend this out just a little bit. Okay, cut right there. Okay. I had to pick up some more flashing. That's what this is right here in my hand. That's 2 pieces of flashing for up around the loft. I still got to do. Okay, and then I moved the camera. Let's see, to right here, and then I slid the flashing in on the floor of the tiny house. Let's get to that. Okay, right about there. I got to paint that too. That's probably what I'm going to do next time I go down there is paint that, because just a little tiny bit of it, like literally like a couple inches, is going to be sticking out where you can see it, but it's kind of way back underneath the overhang. So you're like not really going to hardly see it at all. But being that it's galvanized, it's shiny metal, I am going to hit that with a little bit of paint and just knock that off. That way, when you look up there, it's not going to be shining at you. All right, what are we doing now? Getting ready to unload some OSB. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for sending that. I appreciate it, man. I'll check that out here after a while and see what I got to do to make all that happen for sure. Because I would definitely like to go on that, especially if a bunch of other YouTubers are going. Man, it'd be a super fun time. There's no doubt in my mind. All right, and also whenever I'm editing, okay, you guys can see right here the song's about to end, right? I mean, you can see it ending. So I'm taking that in consideration whenever I'm building clips and stuff like that, as kind of making this end uh, at a certain point on a good note and make it all kind of make sense. So I am paying attention to this and kind of how much more room I have to add clips before the song's gonna wind down. So I try to make it to where a song's not going to end right in the middle of a sequence. You know what I mean? So, like, let's say the camera cleaning sequence that I built for you guys a little while ago. Like, I'll make sure that the song goes through that whole entire sequence. You know, that's intentional. And because it just doesn't make sense if it ends in the middle of a sequence and you pick up with a completely different song doing the same exact thing. So that's how I do it, anyways. You'll see if you watch some of the videos and stuff like that. Pay attention, like when songs end, and you'll see what I'm talking about as far as like trying to make it make sense. You know what I mean? All right, so move the table. Now I'm going to be pulling out OSB out of the back of my truck. And I know I moved the camera here. So basically, this clip, I'm just going to get like the very beginning of me pulling this board out, and then it's going to change uh, scenes, and with the camera's gonna be moved to a different location. So I'm right there. I'm gonna put in the next clip. You can tell, like, I mean, I pulled it out barely, and then you can see I'm walking back to get the camera because I moved it. So bring this clip down and let's continue the shot. Which is about right there. And let's just see how that looked. I think that's probably fine. And I'm just gonna let this run a little bit. The music ended, so I'm not gonna start a song like right away. You know what I mean? I'm gonna let it go, let it have like some natural sounds, and then I'll start a song, a new song, whenever I feel like it makes sense for the video. Sometimes I let just natural sounds of working and stuff like that go for a little while before I start a new song. All right. Okay, so what I did here was, this is the first board. I got 7 sheets here, and this is the first board, and I'm spinning it, and I'm gonna lay it on the table, right? So I need to get rid of this about right in there, and then I need to add the next clip, which I move the camera again, and you can see me sliding it onto the table. So that's 3 different camera angles just for this one board, basically. Okay, so probably about right in there. Okay, there you have it. So one board, 3 different camera angles, music's ending. Let me check the next clip, see where I'm at, and then I'll decide on the next song. Oh, yeah. Okay. I was trying to. Oh, there we go. Trying to see where I'm at here.
As I needed them in there and the blower and everything. And then whenever I got to Home Depot,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
there and the blower and everything. And then whenever I got to Home Depot, I loaded up all that OSB right over the top of it. Now I got to get all the OSB out just so I can get to my dadgum saw.
Yeah. Okay. I remember where I'm at now. Yeah, I was just going to unload one sheet. This was my idea yesterday. Whenever I was doing this, was I was just going to unload a sheet as I needed it and cut it, go up, put it on, then on the next sheet just slide one out, cut it. That was kind of my idea, so I didn't have to sit there and unload all of them at one time. But I needed my circular saw. Forgot my circular saw was in the back of my truck because I was being lazy when I loaded it. Excuse me. And when I loaded the OSB up at Home Depot, I slid it in and it's like right over my saw. So I end up having to unload it all just to get to my saw. That's kind of what that little story was about. Basically me just messing up. Okay. Okay. I'm just kind of getting some tools out and basically just getting ready for the day. About there. You can see I moved the camera back around. This shot right here was from, obviously I opened the door of the truck on the opposite side because I knew I had to get that ice chest out because my tool bag was underneath that. So that's kind of what this shot's about, is just showing that angle. And really the only way I can film that shot is from the opposite side of the truck. So after I shot that, I come around to the other side and shot that right there. So I don't know if that made any sense or not. And I'll bring music back in here in a minute. Okay. I'll probably start music right on this audio right here of the door slamming, somewhere right in here. Boom. Okay. A lot of times I start audio when there's a significant noise. I don't know if that makes sense, but it just makes it smoother for starting out, especially when you're just starting out with a brand new song. Oh, my dadgum saw. Yeah. Yeah. Man, I was pissed off because I was like getting all pumped about getting this board up, and I pull the one out, get it on the table, and I go and I'm like, all right, I gotta get my tool bag out. Freaking ice chest in the way, so I'm like, just unload a bunch of crap. And I go up top, put my tool bag up top, get like my tape measure and measure some stuff, and my pencil. I'm all like pumped up and ready to cut this board, right? And then I'm like, oh, my saw. Oh my God, my saw. It's underneath the friggin' OSB. And I was like, and of course, I go over there to the OSB and I'm kind of like trying to look down around it. And I'm kind of like feeling, I got like 6 sheets. I'm trying to push up and see where my saw is. I'm like, friggin' screw it, man. Then I ended up having to unload all of it. And so, Rob, if y'all know my buddy Rob, some of y'all might have met him at the meetup, at the Mid America meetup. He came with me one day, and he called me and see if I wanted to go eat lunch. He lives in the same town as the Sweet 16 is and stuff. We've been friends from way back, and so I ended up going and eating lunch with him. And it wasn't until after I did all that before I even really even got to work yesterday. So I tried to do as much as I could, but I didn't have a whole lot of time. All right, so I'm gonna bring some music back in. That got me. Okay. 65. Okay, so in this clip here, basically I'm just, walking over towards the ladder to take my tool bag up. So I took my tool bag to the ladder, set it down, went back, got the camera, and then I set the camera up for a different angle. That's where I'm at right here. Just kind of doing a walk by, getting up on the ladder. There we go. So right like about there. All right. And then I already know, see, you can see me coming back and getting the camera right here. I already know I moved the camera again and put it up top. My trash bag. See my trash bag up on top of the scaff? Y'all know why I did that? Because freaking dogs, like the neighbors' dogs or straight, I don't even know. Dogs been getting up in my trash. So I put my trash bag. I was like, where can I put this? Like dogs ain't gonna get into it. And I'm like, unless they're gonna climb up the ladder, it's probably gonna be safe up on the scaff. But it was kind of in my way. I ain't gonna lie. All right, here we go. I ended up moving it. Okay. See what the next clip is. Okay, yeah. I moved the camera back to get myself walking on the scaff and set my bag down. I can't remember what it was. Okay. You can see I move the camera, come back, grab the bag, and then redo that shot right there. A lot of work. Okay, that's done. And then I'm climbing back down the ladder. Oh no, I'm climbing. Yeah, I climb down and then up. And I think I'm just getting my nail gun here. So I got to cut a bunch of this crap out in the middle because basically I hit record on the camera, went down, got the nail gun, came up, and so it was just sitting there running. So I'm gonna bring it back in about exactly where I left off, and I'm just gonna see how that looks. If it don't look good, I'll do something different. All right, I'm gonna get a little bit more of this clip just to kind of show me turning around and walking towards the ladder. Okay, right about there is good. I don't know if I like that or not. Like I'm talking to myself. Hey Heather, how's it going? We're just chilling out while I'm editing. I think this is where I was talking about leaving my saw underneath the OSB.
This morning I wasn't thinking. I grabbed my Milwaukee circular saw and threw it.
Yeah, this is the clip where I'm talking about it. So let me bring the music down right here and get this clip going. All right.
This morning I wasn't thinking. And I grabbed my Milwaukee circular saw and just threw it right in the back of the truck, put the weed eater in there and the blower and everything. And then whenever I got to Home Depot, I loaded up all that OSB right over the top of it. Now I got to get all the OSB out just so I can get to my dadgum saw. I was planning on just pulling it out one at a time, you know, as I needed it. Now I got to go down and unload it. So I can get my saw, then I take some measurements, then I can go back down the ladder, cut the board, then I can bring it up, and then I can nail it up on the side of this tiny house.
Okay, let me cut that right there. My dadgum saw.
Then I can nail it up. Then I can nail it up.
I think I'm good on all this.
Looks like I'm unloading some OSB.
I'll add this in.
Tiny house. Looks like I'm unloading some OSB.
Bring this music down a little bit too. Yeah, I'm doing good, Heather. Just editing, man. Boring. It's funner with you guys.
Pulling it out one at a time, you know, as I needed it. Now I got to go down and unload it. So I can get my saw, then I take some measurements, then I can go back down the ladder, cut the board, then I can bring it up, and then I can nail it up on the side of this tiny house. Looks like I'm unloading.
Let me take that out. All right, man. Go Jess Life. See you, Jesse. Glad you jumped on here, my man. It's always good talking to you and seeing you. Appreciate it. How long have we been on here? Okay, so I've been live for an hour and 30 minutes, and I'm at minute 6 of my video. Put that in perspective. I would be moving a little bit faster if I wasn't doing the live and stuff, because I'd just be like flying through it. Wouldn't have to be trying to talk about it or nothing like that. I'd be in my own little headspace, just doing my own little thing. And I could probably have like 8 minutes done by now. And so I know a lot of people have asked me in the past, like, how long does it take me to make a video or edit a video? The answer is like, it depends on how long the video is. But uh, no matter how long the video is, I pretty much can average about 4 to 5 minutes, maybe 4 to 6 minutes. No, I'm actually getting a little bit faster. It's probably more like 5 or 6 minutes um, of video length per hour. And that just depends on how much I'm rocking and rolling and how difficult the video is. Like this video is super easy, but if I'm doing like a premiere video and I'm adding in all kinds of B-roll and clips and I'm flipping back and forth to different parts of the video and trying to do like a whole bunch of crazy stuff, I'll probably average about 3 minutes of video length per hour of editing. I would say on a video like this, I could probably edit about 6 minutes of video per hour, and that's once I get rocking and rolling. Like all of my clips are already imported. I'm not having to go around and find a bunch of stuff. I already had some music imported that I did earlier, and I can rock and roll pretty fast, especially when I shoot the video the right way, which is all in chronological order. It makes it way easier to edit. And so I did shoot this chronological, except for whenever I had to use my phone for the cleaning of the camera sequence. So I had to bring that in. I kind of had to find where all that was and stuff like that. Cause I have 147 clips in here. I don't know, you guys probably can't see it, but right here it tells you how many clips you have. So I'm trying to go through 147 clips and find them as fast as I can and do all this stuff. But if as long as they're in order, it does make it a lot easier. So I'm at the 6 minute and 10 second mark. I can tell you this video will probably be, let me see, this clip that I'm on is 99.70. Let me see how many more clips I got here. 40, 50, 60. I got about 60 more clips to go through until I'll be done with this video. So I've uh I've burned through already about half the clips. So we're probably going to be looking at a video that's somewhere, I'm just guessing, probably around 15 minutes long. 15 to 16 minutes long would be my guess. Hey, Jesus is Lord, how are you? Thanks for jumping on here. Um a good rule of thumb is an hour for every minute of video. Yeah. Yeah, man. We can spend a lot of time in the old editing booth. That's for dang sure. I have gotten a lot faster the longer I do it. And I will tell you guys, I mean, you can see I'm putting the OSB on right here. Um, I will tell y'all that like the more intentional you shoot your video, the easier it is to edit. Okay. So a lot of people in the beginning, um, they just carry their camera around and film whatever, and then when you jump in the editing booth, you're sitting here with all this long drawn out footage and you're trying to make sense of it and tell the story. A lot of people wait until they edit to tell the story, but if you kind of tell the story ahead of time, whenever I get out to the land, if I'm shooting my video for the day, I always kind of take some time in the beginning, to think about what the video is for the day. Usually I do that the night before, but when I get out there, I'm kind of trying to pump myself up and stuff. I walk around Sweet 16 and just think about stuff, and I think about the task at hand that I came there to accomplish, and I think about how that story's going to go. I think about the clips and what shots and stuff like I'm going to need to make all that happen, and then I think about how I want the beginning to be, what's the middle part, and then how we're going to wrap it up in the end. And then whenever I start shooting the video, um, it's all pretty much in chronological order. So when I'm editing, I'm not flipping around trying to find like a whole bunch of stuff and going through like really long clips of just boring, monotonous stuff. Like when I hit record on my camera, it's very intentional. Like, okay, I'm walking by here and I'm carrying a board or whatever, or I'm climbing the ladder and I hit record and I climb the ladder and then I turn it off, and then what's the next clip. So that's basically like following what's called a shot list. Whenever they go make movies or they make TV shows or anything, commercials, any kind of film production, they have what's called a shot list, and that's in order exactly what the shot is. So I don't make shot lists, but I do kind of have them in my mind. But at the same time, the day kind of will open itself up to me, and certain things will happen during the day that are uh, significant little happenings. You know what I mean? And so if I see something happen that's kind of cool or unique or fun or interesting or scary or just out of control or whatever, like I will always shoot that for sure. Let's just say like I saw a big huge snake. On this day right here, I had this gigantic snake that that I saw, and I'm like if something like that happens, I'm definitely gonna film that. You know what I mean? And so that might kind of interrupt the day, but it's a significant happening, so it's always going to get filmed. And if you guys were there at the Mid American Meetup and saw me walking around the camera and talking to people, I don't know if y'all watched the video or not, but my intention for that video was just to be fun, show a really good time at the meetup, and just have fun. And whenever I'd go around to different people, hit record, we kind of do the peace sign, stuff like that, and just laugh and have fun, and then I turn it off, and then when I work my way around to somebody else, I'd hit record again, do the same thing. And that way, whenever I sit down and edit, it is just not just a bunch of random stuff. The more random crap you have in your clips, the harder it is and the longer it takes to go through it all. That's one recommendation I could tell anybody that's struggling with that kind of stuff. Not saying you guys are, but if people might be watching this on the replay or whatever, um, is be very shot specific. Okay, very shot specific in all your videos. So if you are making let's say you're making a cooking video, and you're making like chocolate cupcakes with white frosting and sprinkles. Okay, you're not gonna get your camera and just like film all kinds of stuff walking down the hallway, tying your shoe and going outside, to sweep off the back porch. Like you're not going to film none of that. Like you're making a video about making cupcakes, and you're going to film each step of the making the cupcake process. And when you film the step of cracking the eggs and putting the eggs in the batter, you're going to hit record, you're going to crack the eggs, and then you're going to shut it off. And then you're going to reset the camera up for the next scene. That's kind of how I think about it in my mind whenever I'm out there shooting, is the next scene, where does the camera need to be? Hit record, go do the shot, turn around, come back, stop the camera, move the camera, pick the board up, continue the shot. And so it's just like that for me, like all day long. And that's why, building tiny house taking me 10 times longer to build than if I was building it and not videoing it. I mean, it just takes way, 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 way longer. I'd probably already be moving in that dude by now. You know what I'm saying? But for real, that's one thing that I tell a lot of people that are getting into editing or are brand new at it, is editing starts with shooting your video. Okay, that's where it starts. The better you get at shooting, the easier it gets to edit. So whenever you're in the field, just be thinking about the shots that tell the story. Okay, and you don't need a whole lot of just random crap. Um, the other thing is, y'all will see me a lot of times. A lot of times I'll fast forward stuff, but a lot of times I don't. Um, your brain as a viewer fills in what the people are doing. And so if I'm unloading, if I have 7 sheets of OSB, I don't have to show all 7 sheets getting unloaded. Like you already know what I'm doing. I could show the first one, and then you could either kind of speed up the next 6, or you could show the first one and then maybe just show the last one, and you didn't really speed up anything, because you don't have to. um, People know what you're doing. And so, and you also don't have to really over explain things. Like some people have told me, hey, you don't really explain stuff enough. I get that, but I used to get, you talk too much. So like, you're not never going to make anybody, everybody happy or whatever. But just do it your way. But know that over explaining can be just too much. Like, I don't have to tell you I'm unloading, OSB, and explain to you like how I'm unloading it, and all this long drawn out stuff. Just show the work. because that's pretty much what people want to see anyways, is the work. Just show the work. That's the number one thing. But just know that work is divided up into little tiny sections all day long, like unloading OSBs, like one little section of work, cutting boards is one little section, doing all these different things. I look at it like scenes, like a scene in a movie or a scene in a TV show or whatever. This is like the little scene. How monotonous is this scene? Is this a super boring scene? um, how much of this do I really need to show? Because the viewer has already got it figured out. They already do. And so just keep that in mind whenever you're editing and shooting video. Is if it's boring to you, it's going to be boring to the person watching. So one way to avoid boring videos is by not having long drawn out sequences. Okay. um, Driving sequences and just doing things that just take forever, and you're like, oh my god, like when are they gonna show the cupcakes being done? I want to see the icing getting on the cake, or getting on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't necessarily show all 12 minutes of the cupcake rising in the oven. Showing putting them in and showing taking them out is good enough. You know what I'm saying? So um, that's just stuff I think about whenever I'm editing and whenever I'm shooting. I don't always nail that. I try really hard, but just some tips that I have is just to shorten the length of the clips, cut out all the crap. That if you can look at a clip and you can say, if I take this clip out, does it still make sense? Like, do people still get the message that I'm trying to deliver here if I remove this clip? If the answer is yes, then remove the clip. Like, take the clip out every single time, because if you don't need it to tell the story, then you just don't need it. That's just kind of how I look at it. So I do try to keep things tight. I try to keep the clips short. People send me emails and ask me questions about keep it. How do you keep your videos moving? That's how. It's like faster pace. If I was to come in here with real slow music, um, you know, I make my videos keep the pace of the music. So I use a lot of faster music in my videos because it keeps the cadence of the video flowing, and it really does help quite a bit. And you know, being specific on music selection too is also a big thing, and just finding that right song that goes good with that sequence and stuff like that. I do a lot of work on that end, trying to get the right music for stuff. And some videos are way more important than others. This video is a run of the mill video. I've done a million videos exactly like this, and so there's really nothing significant or special about it. I really hope you guys watch it whenever I post it, but it's nothing special. I'm just putting OSB on the side of the loft, just making more progress on the tiny house and trying to figure out how to make it as interesting as possible for the viewer. Something like this is that's not really that big of a deal. It doesn't need to be a 30-minute long video, because it just doesn't. It's not that much is happening. It's shorter. Let's make the video shorter and then let's move on to the next video. And that's just kind of how I look at it. But just wanted to take a break and say thank you to everybody for being here. Thank you if you watched the live I did on No Judgment here with Tish Ross. I really do appreciate it. I will be going back on there Monday for round two. And if you guys watch that, thank you so much. But that's pretty much all I'm going to do. I got to finish this video. I'm not going to edit the whole video on this live. I really need to just break off of here, get it done, get it posted, make a thumbnail. But I do appreciate y'all jumping on here and hanging out with me and being here. And if you got time Monday, jump on and say hi. I'll be on there with Tish, and we'll be telling some more stories. So, anyways, I just want to say bye to everybody, and be looking. I'm going to try to get this video posted tonight. If I can't get it done, I'll probably just post it tomorrow. So anyways, be looking out for it. and I'll catch y'all on the next video. Peace.